You're welcome to the fifth episode of my podcast. Thank you to all those that have engaged in one way or the other, those that have shared. Thank you so much. I have good news for you. The good news is that I'm now on YouTube, so you can follow at my story at Augusta Wiche. I'll be sharing that link on this podcast. So thank you so much. I really appreciate everyone that has engaged in one way or the other. So back to the story of today. So today I'll be sharing the story about this gentle lady I met. It's so emotional because I've never seen this kind of situation happen to someone that I know and I'm privileged to talk to and see how life has impacted her over a year. In the UK, what happened? She was living with a private landlord. Unfortunately, the landlord wanted to take over the property. He didn't want any tenant again. So she needed to move with nowhere to go, no provided accommodation as at when she was to move out. And the sad story I heard it was the fact that she was sleeping on the cold streets of UK. Although, however, they were looking for somewhere for her to stay, but in the meantime, that she was staying on the cold streets. When I even got to hear her story, I I was at work, then my colleague got talking to her, and that was how I heard her story. She said she's been on the street, sleeping, waiting to get another accommodation. And this happened because it's not out of her own will. It happened. I mean, just imagine you're in a place because it's a private owned property that private landlord can decide to take you out. Unfortunately, she didn't have the probably the right papers or something. I don't really know, but she didn't have all the documents, the criteria to stay. That was why that happened. So why I'm sharing this story is that most people go through a lot. The reason why I've come out to share my story or to share this story in particular is to air this, to encourage someone out there. I saw just the other day, I saw someone sleeping by the bin. And most times we think that they are drug addicts or they are just hopeless. These are people that could probably have a place to stay, but due to one reason or the other, they no longer have anywhere to stay. I've even heard about a story where this couple they had their property, but because they couldn't pay their mortgage, it was taken off them and they had nowhere to stay. They had to go back to the streets. I mean, people go through a lot in the UK, abroad. You know, most times when you see us, don't just be envious. Just to thank God for your position. Thank God for where you are. Don't be envious of people. Be happy with yourself because you don't know what the other person might be going through. Most of us we are going through a lot, but we can't just come out and share it and tell you this is what we are going through. No. So how I've got to understand and live a better life is by appreciating everything I have every day of my life because I know people are going through a lot. Most times we have privileges that we underestimate. You have your legs to walk with, you have your eyes to see with, you can hear, you can do things, you can eat properly, you can even gas. I mean, you have so much and yet you underestimate yourself. To all those that are supporting this particular podcast, this storyline of mine, I appreciate every one of you. Just keep sharing this story to reach out to someone that might be feeling down or discouraged. I've been there. I've been in a situation where I wanted to give up on life, but I kept going. So one thing I've learned about myself is to keep going. So that's one of the reasons why I'm creating this podcast to encourage someone out there. Keep going. Don't let anything discourage you. Don't let anything make you feel like your case is the worst. Your case is not the worst. I will always say, with God, all things are possible. Put your trust in God. Love God. Love Him genuinely because He's the only way. He's the way, He's the truth, and He's the life. There's no other way but Him alone. He's the reason why we are alive and healthy. Yes, there's rumor about the end time, that things are happening that back in the days you wonder, how come the world has changed? How come things have changed just like that? But we are yet to even see more. So the only thing I will tell you, love yourself. Because when you love yourself, you will be able to show that love to someone else. So this lady's story has really touched me. And you know why? Because this is a young, beautiful lady, and she was on the streets before she could even get her own accommodation again. This is what people go through. So if you have your accommodation, if you have somewhere to lay your head on, appreciate it. Because some people don't even have where to lie. People are on the street, they don't have proper food to eat. So please, I'm encouraging you to share this podcast, to reach out to anyone, just anyone. Share with your friends, your family, to encourage them. Don't think that I just want to talk. No, I'm here to encourage you. So the only way you can do is to follow, subscribe on my new platform I have created just to encourage you. Just follow, subscribe. It wouldn't cost you anything. Just to go back on what I said earlier, this lady was taken out not because she couldn't pay her rent, but because the landlord didn't want to give the property anymore. Probably she even had the papers and everything. So be nice to someone out there. So one of the ways you can be nice is by sharing this podcast. See you in the next one. Bye for now. Love you all. Bye. And God bless you as you share this podcast. Bye for now.